Welcome back to another video. My name is India and we are fasting today. We're going to be fasting today, tomorrow. Guys, stick around for me. I am so looking forward to this day, guys. Y'all know I am so very impromptu when it comes to fasting. I have no schedule. I just try to sneak in the fast whenever I can. So I know when you see this video, a lot of people are going to be like, India, you were supposed to tell us when you were fasting so we can join you. But guys, most of the time, I never know when I'm going to pick up a fast. I just have to take advantage of the moment. I'm real intuitive when it comes to my fasting. So today I do want to talk about how to sneak in a fast and how to really use strategy in order to complete a successful fast. So today is Saturday. It is the weekend. I did have a little bit of food earlier today. So I'm aiming to do, I want to say like a 32-hour fast. I'll do the math. We'll go over the math and everything later. But I want to do between 32 hours and 42 hours. I know that's a big jump. And so it is a little past 12:30 in the afternoon, Saturday afternoon. And I have a busy day ahead of me, guys. I have an event that I'm working. I'm doing a face painting event outdoors. That's from 5 to 9 o'clock tonight. And I want to take, that's, in my feeding window. So I want to take advantage of being busy. I made a video about fasting tips and things you can do to help you through a fast. And so being busy for me is one of them. I don't think about food when I am busy and I am on the go. My problem is when I'm at home and I just have a lot of time on my hand to sit around, look at food ads, that sort of thing. So that's when I am in the most trouble, is when I'm at home. So earlier today, I did have some string cheese. I had 4 strings of string cheese, the low fat kind. It was around 45 calories each. So all 4 was 180 calories. And I also had my coffee. My coffee was a low calorie cup of coffee, under 40 calories. So right now for the day, I am around, I want to say 230 calories for the day so far. And I don't plan on eating anything else after that, what I had earlier. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I know a lot of people do modified fasting to where they can have around 500 calories for the day. But that's not really what I'm doing. I'm just aiming to do a clean fast. I don't know how clean it's going to be, but I'm wanting to do a clean water fast, and I want to do that for minimum 30 hours. Again, like I said, I'll get into all the math and everything, but I was done with my food at around 11:15, okay? And so here's how I am going to achieve a 32-hour fast without skipping days of eating, okay? Now, granted, my meal earlier today could have been better. It could have been more, but I really wasn't trying to eat like that. I just wanted some coffee and something to snack on earlier today. I usually don't eat early in the day, so this is why I decided to really do a 32-hour fast and to take advantage of what I ate earlier today, because the plan was not to eat at all today, but I did that, and I'm not gonna let that derail me from fasting, okay? And so again, today's Saturday. I finished my meal at 11:15. So on Sunday morning at 11:15, that's gonna be a 24-hour fasting period, right? And so Sunday, tomorrow's gonna be a busy day as well, and so I probably won't be getting home and settled until about 5 p.m. And I like to get settled, prepare my meal, and about time I get ready to eat, it's probably going to be around 7:15 in the evening, in the night, okay? And so that's an additional 8 hours. So that's how I'm achieving a 32-hour fast without actually skipping a full day of eating. So I'm eating on Saturday, I'm eating on Sunday, but yet I'm still going to sneak in that 32-hour fast. So try to be very strategic when you are fasting. Think about the time of day you're eating. Really utilize OMAD, the 1 meal a day method, because it just makes the fast easier when you don't have to restrict for an entire day. It makes it more doable. It makes it more obtainable. Okay, real quick, let me explain to you guys what just happened, and maybe you can change your expectations when it comes to fasting. A lot of us have unrealistic expectations. We expect to breeze through it. I don't know why, but that's always the case. So I'm still fasted. It is past 2 p.m. All right, I was in my kitchen. I walked by. I was doing laundry. I was getting to my laundry room. I walked by. I had this caramel candy sitting out on my counter, right? Just random candy sitting out on my counter. Something my daughter left out. I like putting food away, but I saw this, and in my mind, I'm like, oh man, candy. I want to eat the candy. Boom, easy, right? And so things like that, it's going to be really, really easy for you to just get off track when you are trying to fast and when you have your mindset to fast. So seeing something as small as seeing candy sitting out will cause you to rethink everything you're doing. So what I'm going to do right now, because I know how I felt in that moment, I was legit about to eat the candy, guys. And I've been doing this for years. I have been doing this for years. So at this point, I am confident in my ability to fast. So what I am going to do is put this up in my pantry. I'm going to put it up, get it out of sight. I'm going to put it up, close my pantry, and that's it. So I'm not going through that again. I'm not going to look at that stuff on my counter and tempt myself again. I'm not going to do that. I've learned the first time, I'm putting it up, out of sight, out of mind. Friends, I am headed to South Carolina. It's about an hour out, so I got a good little drive ahead of me. It is 4 p.m. I am still fasted. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling powerful. I'm feeling all the feels or whatnot. And so I'm looking forward to driving, being busy, and just getting through the day and embracing everything that I'm feeling. This is my outfit. This is what I'm wearing. So yeah, let's get there. Where they have the street blocked off, so we are here. I'm looking forward to this. I'm about to get out my car, set up my stuff. It is 5:15 p.m. Still fasted, still hungry, but let's get to work. Y'all, it's fun out here. South Carolina is already a vibe. This man was helping me get a tent up because the lady that's orchestrating everything is letting me borrow a tent because the heat is out, the sun is out. This man is drunk trying to help put up this tent, guys. He asked me for some money for a beer since he helped with the tent, right? And he about fell over and he looked me dead in the eye. He said, "I'm not drunk. I meant to do that." That's what he said to me. Already a vibe. We're already vibing. Let me get out. Let me go to my post. Let me go to my post and I'm going to try to walk around a little bit.
I require more, better than we ever had before. Gonna be hard, though I couldn't blame. Basic bottom troll, what do you want greater?
It's a big stage out here. There are a lot of vendors out here. Still people setting up. This has been going on for about an hour, but people are gonna start really coming out. But one thing about it is, like, with all the food vendors that are out here, like, I'm not tempted by it. I know some people might be around a lot of vendors, food vendors and restaurants, but stuff like that don't bother me. So really set up your environment for success. If you're someone and you can't be around a lot of vendors, a lot of food vendors, don't schedule your fast for that day. But this doesn't bother me. Like I said earlier, it's when I'm home, it's when I'm at home that causes me the most problems. So yeah, it's all kind of oxtails out here, funnel cakes and stuff, but I do good when I'm in a public setting with any kind of fasting protocol. But yeah, make sure you do what works for you. Y'all, they got a coffee truck out here. See, that's my problem, the coffee. They have coffee out here. Let's be strong, girl. Let's be strong.
Wave, be surfing. I show you how to get this pay. Will I be stacking?
It is a little past 7 p.m. I'm doing good. My car is right here, so I'm about to walk to my car real quick and get me some water and then come back to my post. That's it. That's the update.
Dripping wetter from head to toe, little baby me. Yeah, I get what's mine. That's reminder.
Almost my time. Got 10 minutes. I'm done. I am done. I am on my way home, headed home. I'll probably be getting home well past 10 p.m. because it's past 9 p.m. right now. It's going to take me an hour to get home. So I'll probably see you guys tomorrow, and I am still fasted. Yeah. Guys, happy Sunday. Happy day 2 of this fast. It's a little past 11 a.m. So I am 24 hours fasted, as in like clean water fast, no coffee, nothing outside of water, no diet drinks, no nothing. Usually when I fast, I do dirty fasting, but we are at that 24-hour mark to where I have been fasted and only on water. So that is a really, really good thing. I am on my way to my next event, to my next gig, and just wanted to give an update. First and foremost, my head hurts. With a lack of caffeine, without my coffee, I get these bad headaches when I fast. And so like the physical hunger, it doesn't bother me. Half the time I can't even tell if I'm physically hungry. I eat the way that I eat because that's just what I like doing. I like eating, like physically eating. I like eating. So most of the time that is what really pushes me to eat because I like doing it. And so like the hunger aspect of it, it never really bothers me, but the headache, the detox symptoms is what gets to me the most. And so much to talk about, guys. I am currently on my cycle, and yesterday and today are the worst days of my cycle. I know that's a lot of information. I know it's a lot, but these 2 days are the worst days of my cycle. And I know a lot of people ask for reference. I'm not a medical professional. If you do need expert advice, be sure you are reaching out to a professional. Utilize your resources. There are a lot of resources on this here platform that you can be looking into. So use your discretion when you are fasting or doing anything outside of your normal routine. Okay? Ultimately, do what works for you. So with all that said, a lot of people ask, a lot of women ask, can you fast or do a water fast or any kind of extended fasting while you are on your menstrual cycle? Yes, you can. Do what makes you feel comfortable. Do whatever you want. Whatever is going to help you, do that. You have to use your own discretion, and you got to do what works for you. Work your way into fasting. Don't jump from eating 3 meals and 3 snacks a day to eating only 1 meal a day. Work your way into fasting. Don't try to overdo it. But right now my head hurts, but I don't know. I'll update you guys in a minute. Let me get to where I'm going. I'm here, guys. Let's do some work. I've been trying to stay hydrated, not trying to get sick or dehydrated. So let's get in. Drink your water. Drink it. I'm walking around the parking lot of this venue just to get some steps in. I look absolutely crazy right now, but I don't care. Ooh, I do not care. I have about 15 minutes until the event starts, so I don't like just standing around. I want to move around some, and so that's what I'm doing. Trying to get in a little bit of steps. Yeah, I look crazy. I'm insane.
Look, we tastemakers, groundbreakers. We crown shakers, moved us out the margin with writing, that's how we found paper. Hustle nature, since we was riding back on them scooter razors. Had no stable footage since then, I've been an earthquaker. Brown sugar and cinnamon, don't think that I'm...
So that event was really fun. It is always a pleasure working with the youth, blessing people with my art, you know, networking with adults and everything of that sort. It's always such a pleasure doing that. But that event was hard for me to get through. It was a 4-hour event. So I was there from about 12 p.m., so noon until 4 p.m. It's a little past 4 right now. It's a lot going on, guys. I felt myself getting very, very sick. And so this happened the last time, and I'm starting to realize a few things, but I gotta get on here and I gotta share that. I felt myself getting very sick, very nauseous. I'll spare the details. I'm not even gonna go through all that. If you want to see some more of my fasting experiences, go watch another video. I'll link it. But I was getting sick, so I decided to add other liquids to my fast other than water. You know, I get so caught up on wanting to do these perfect, clean water fasts. And right now, I don't think that's for me. So last time I did this, I felt like I was getting dehydrated. So I felt like the reason I was so nauseous was from dehydration, okay? This time around, I'm like, I am going to be very, very, very intentional about drinking water. I've been drinking water, sipping on water throughout, you know, getting a minimum of half a gallon of water. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot of water, but you have to understand I am under 130 pounds. So even if I'm doing half my body weight in water, I will be getting enough water if I do half the gallon. Okay? I've been drinking water. I got sick again today. All right, it started off with a really, really bad headache. I expected the headache because I went over 24 hours without coffee. I want to say I went maybe 27 hours without coffee. I ended up getting a black iced coffee, and I also got a sparkling water because, like I said, I added other liquids to my fast because I felt myself getting sick, and I just don't have time for that, trying to work an event, trying to be around people, be around kids, and being sick. So if you're new to fasting, I don't know what to tell you. You know, start off very, very, very slow. And so I had to ask ChatGPT, you know, why I was getting extremely sick during these fasts. You know, water only, no drinks but water, no food but water. And when I say sick, I gave the symptoms of my head hurting and me being nauseous, me throwing up. And so pretty much, because I thought it was caffeine withdrawal for the headache and then dehydration for the nauseousness, but it's definitely not me being dehydrated. So I'm gonna insert some information, just the results I got from my search. And honestly, I think my body is, you know, really rejecting the fact that I haven't been taking in the caffeine. You know, the headache, the nauseousness, all that is a sign of your lack of caffeine, especially if you become so dependent on it. And also in my last video, a lot of people suggested that I add salt and electrolytes to my fast. And I really should have did that, but in my mind, I wanted to do a perfect fast. Never again. You know, don't shy away from adding any kind of salt, sodium, or electrolytes to your fast. You know, a lot of people are going to tell you to do these perfect water fasts. If you have to drink black coffee during your fast, that is okay. Black coffee doesn't affect, you know, autophagy. Your body is still in a fasted state when you drink your coffee black, when you drink your tea black. Just don't add, you know, sugar or anything like that to it. So that is okay. We have to get around, like, y'all know I'm always preaching. I'm always preaching, and I'm sorry that this video is turning out the way that it's turning out. But even myself, even after doing this for so long, you know, I want the perfect numbers. I want the perfect fast. They got to be right there on the spot, and everything got to be perfect. But I'm like, I'm starting to really, y'all, I gotta get out because it's not worth being sick. So until I figure out, you know, what works for me and incorporating more water fast and longer fast, I'm not going to keep doing this to myself until I can really start learning myself more and figure out why I keep getting sick. And I know it's between your electrolytes being depleted and the lack of caffeine. So once I figure that out, you know, I'll share it. I don't mind being on here sharing my journey. That's just what I do. I'm talking a lot. This video is going to turn out to be so long, but I'm at the grocery store right now. I'm going to pick up a few items and take them over to my family's house, and I'll see you in a little bit. It is 4:15, so I still haven't had any food. I'm still fasted from food, but I did incorporate some sparkling water and some black coffee, some iced black coffee. It's hot. Maybe don't do this when you're on your cycle. Maybe this was a bad idea. I'll talk to you later. According to ChatGPT, what I was describing earlier sounded like a combination of caffeine withdrawal, low blood sugar, and possibly electrolyte imbalance, all of which can hit hard during the water fast, especially when you're used to eating 1 meal a day and drinking coffee daily. After looking into this and reading up on it more, guys, for me, I really think it's definitely the lack of caffeine. If you're used to drinking coffee every day and then you suddenly cut it out, it can cause the severe headaches, the nausea, the vomiting, fatigue, and irritability. Right now, I am prepping some sweet potatoes to cook. I got them peeled. And I am going to boil them on the stove because I want them real soft. I'm just craving a real soft potato. And so I'm going to do it on the stove top. But yeah, this is me prepping to break my fast. It is almost 6:30. And so I want to eat this past 7:15. I know that's late at night. But yeah, I'm still fasted. I had my fluids, my liquids, but I'm still fasted. Oh, and I do feel much better. So the sparkling water and everything else, that helped a lot. I feel really good. All right, friends, I am so ready to break this fast. We are 33 hours fasted. I have not had food in over 33 hours. Yesterday, I only had that string cheese. So is that really food? Like, that's really not food if you ask me. But I have this big salad over here. I have croutons, cheese. This is a vegetable egg roll, and then I have some seaweed. Of course, I have this bowl of sweet potatoes, and then I have some apples. This meal right here is going to be around 1,300 calories. I'm looking forward to this. Let's go ahead and break. Forgot to mention, it is past 8 p.m., so let's go. See, crazy me, OCD me will wait until about 8:15 to break my fast. It is 8:08 right now. I don't care. I don't care about 5 minutes. I don't care about 10 minutes. Originally, I was going to break at 7:15 p.m. So I'm already an hour behind. So crazy me, we're not doing that. We're just going to eat. These fasts are always a learning experience for me. No matter how much I do them, no matter how long I've been doing them, I always learn from my experience. Do what works for you. Do not jump into fasting if it's something you're not used to doing. So if you're used to eating 3 meals a day and 3 snacks a day, don't go by not eating anything. You know, don't go a whole day without eating. Maybe try reducing a snack and a meal. Eat 2 meals and 2 snacks a day, but don't jump all the way in. We want to be perfect so bad. We want to be aggressive so bad. We just want to jump in, but you can't do that. Think of it as long-term changes. Think of it as a lifestyle change. Okay. When you are doing something very aggressive and short term, you are not changing your life because it's going to be too much to keep up with, and you're going to go back to old habits. You're not learning anything when you make these aggressive decisions with your diet or your activity level or whatever it is. You know, I'm not going to get into all the 75 hards and the people who regain their weight because they didn't continue doing the 75 hard type regimen. You can't do that. You're not learning when you do that. All you know is that you're following an aggressive plan, and that when that plan is over, it's going to be over. You didn't learn anything to change your habits. You didn't learn anything to shift how your behavior is around food or working out. You didn't learn anything. So you're just going to go back to doing what you were doing. And this is why we can't sustain weight loss, because you're not being realistic. So do not jump like completely into fasting. So if you are completely new to fasting, do your research. Look at other people who are doing it and what they're experiencing. Use your resources. It's a lot of free information out here on the internet, okay? I'm not going to hold you guys. If you by any chance made it to this point in this video, consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you guys for watching. Good luck on your journeys, and I will see you in the next one.
I've been feeling emotional, thinking about you, babe. What can we focus on? What we should do? Tell me the truth, 'cause I don't wanna see you with somebody else. And I've been feeling lonely in this king-size bed. I'm trying not to worry about the things you say. I ain't got the time.